Hello, I'm Refashionista Sheri, and as I always say, if you love thrifting and vintage and upcycling and refashioning, then you have definitely arrived in the right place. Now be sure to subscribe, throw me a like, share your fave tutorials of mine with your online circles, and let's get everyone living a more sustainable lifestyle. Now, a few days ago, I put a poll on my community tab asking you guys, what tutorial do you want next? Because I just couldn't decide. And you chose upcycled advent calendars. Go figure. It is pretty much the holiday season now, isn't it? Even though, I mean, we got a couple more weeks, but you got to make the advent calendars before December 1st, right? So that's what we're going to do today. But before that, if you're wondering how I transformed a totally fantastic tunic dress into this amazingly Cozerific, I'm just making up words now, Cozerific cowl neck sweater, I shall link the tutorial down below for you because this is something I made last year and I wear it all the time in the winter. I love it so much and it's perfect for the holiday season. And of course, it is so super simple. So today, we're going to take those hoarded toilet rolls that you have hopefully been saving for a while now and transform them into four different types of advent calendars. And again, all you need are toilet rolls and a bunch of a refashionista imagination. So let's get making.
First up, we're heading back to 2015 to check out how I made my first ever advent calendar. So for this one, I used 24 toilet rolls, a big scrap of cardboard, some green paint, and of course some cutting tools. Now, to create my wreath ring, I simply traced out a big circle and a smaller circle and then cut it out. Then everything got painted green. And now here comes the sort of not really tricky part. To make your advent calendar holders, little boxes, you simply fold in the edges of your toilet rolls and then, of course, number them 1 to 24, decorate your little wreath ring, and then glue everything on. Now for mine, I actually kind of totally misjudged the size that my wreath ring needed to be, so I ended up adding 2 ribbons to attach the rest of the advent calendar boxes to. And then everything got filled up and I hung it up, and of course the kiddo loved it.
Oh, hi, I'm Citrus Meloni, and I am the social media manager for Confessions of a Refashionista. Now, if you're like me, the cost of living is gone insane, and you don't have any extra money lying around for the holiday season. But that is where Refashionista Sheri's Nifty, Thrifty DIY Gifts e-course comes in, because number one, it is like cheaper than a trip to the thrift shop. It is so super cheap. Plus, you don't need any special skills or tools or equipment or anything to do any of the amazing DIY gifts that she shows you how to do in this awesome e-course. Plus, she also has a whole section about like how to look in your recycling bin and create some amazingly beautiful wrapping from items from like the trash, basically. And pretty much every single thing that she uses, you can find it in and around your own house. So it really is a way to create an awesome holiday season for those in your life that you want to make some amazing personalized gifts for. And you know what? You can make yourself the wonderful gifts too. And even better, you get a bonus ebook, and that has even more tutorials in it, plus her thrift shop gift guide, which shows you like how to, thrift amazing gifts too. So check it out, enroll, and make this an absolutely awesomely personalized handmade holiday season.
So because that original Advent wreath did not make the move internationally with us, I had to create another one in 2016, but I had a groovy idea. So I grabbed 24 toilet rolls once again, a big piece of cardboard, some scrap fabric, some paints, and a bunch of cotton. And the very first thing that the kiddo and I did was paint those toilet rolls in super colorful patterns. Then we added faces and numbers to them, and then I grabbed those fabric scraps plus some socks, and I created some adorable little elf hats. It was so fun making these, and then I attached all of those elf hats to their elf heads, and I just glued on one side so they could still be opened. Then all of the elves got stuck onto that big piece of cardboard, and I surrounded them with some lovely fluffy cotton snow, and then of course filled up their little bodies, closed up the hats, and once again had a lovely advent calendar for my kiddo. We had to move again, and the elves just didn't survive it, so in 2017 I made another wreath advent calendar. This time when I made my wreath ring, I made sure that it was big enough to hold all 24 of my toilet roll boxes, as well as some funky festive decorations too, and it was about 68 centimeters in diameter. Then of course everything got painted green once again, and then I made those adorable little boxes by simply folding in the ends. This also makes it super duper easy for little fingers to open. Then I numbered all of my little boxes from 1 to 24, of course, and glued them all around my wreath as evenly as possible in a totally randomized order. And then I grabbed all those little decorations I had and filled up all the empty spaces between the boxes with them. And it was so cute and adorable. And of course, then it was time to fill it up with all the little sweets and treats for the kiddo. Now, you're not going to believe this, but in a quirky, crazy twist of fate, we actually had to move again. And so, of course, the Advent wreath did not survive that move either. Now, if you're interested in all of the wacky and insane horror stories about why we've had to move so much in Bloody Toronto, I shall link that playlist down below for you. But anyway, let's get on with this adorable Advent calendar. Alrighty, to create your absolutely adorable tabletop advent calendar house, all you need are your 24 toilet rolls, a cereal box, cotton, some number stickers, old holiday cards, some festive decor bits, and your trusty glue gun, and some tape if you want. Now, the first thing you need to do is deconstruct the cereal box and put it back together inside out, then cut out the front panel. So you're going to have a back and the 4 sides left. Next, you want to chop out a wide triangular shape from that front panel of the cereal box that you chopped out and paint it a lovely roof red color. And while that paint is drying, cut out 24 circles from those old holiday cards. These are going to be the doors for your advent calendar. Now, we used stickers to put the numbers on, but you can simply write them with a permanent marker if you want to. And then the next step is to take a piece of tape and simply tape those circles over top of your toilet rolls to create your doors. Make sure you only tape the top side though, because they do have to be opened and lifted up. Next, grab your glue gun and stick all of those 24 toilet rolls inside your cereal box, and remember to do it in a random order. Now, you can use all-purpose glue for this. I just prefer using my glue gun because it's faster and it's super sturdy. But if you have time, you can simply use all-purpose glue and wait for it to dry overnight. Next, simply fill in all of your spaces and gaps with some festive holiday garland. Grab that triangle that you previously had painted and draw on some bricks, then create a triangle roof from another piece of that leftover cardboard. And you can see on mine here, I actually added some popsicle sticks to the back to make it stand up. But you know what? I actually still have this one. This is the one we actually still use. So let's go take a closer look at it and fill it up for the kiddo this year. Okay, so now we can take a really close look at how I constructed this. Now, remember, I made this in 2018 and it is still going strong and looking awesome. So this is so far the best one that I've made, or the sturdiest anyway. And I added an adorable vintage Santa to the top and a little Christmas tree and some more little vintage ornaments there. And of course, a nice little flower and all of the amazing cotton snow. And you see on the, like, it truly is just a cereal box and toilet rolls. And here on the back, like, this was pretty easy to put together, but I did, like I said, have to reinforce it with the popsicle sticks here. And again, it has lasted for quite a few years now, so that is absolutely awesome. So I do think now it is time to get filling up these adorable little advent calendar hidey holes. Okay, so of course every year my kiddo gets some new fancy holiday jammies to wear, but I always think it's a shame when people give holiday themed jammies on like Christmas Day. Like, you're gonna wear them for one day? No. So I always like to make sure that these are in the first door of the advent calendar. But you may be thinking, there's no way this is gonna fit into a toilet roll size space, and you're absolutely right. So this is what I do instead. Okay, so I remove the tag, and the tag is what gets kind of rolled up and put into that door number 1. And then behind the advent calendar are the jammies. And then, you know, I know to give them to her when she brings me the tag. Now, you may think, wow, what a lovely gift bag this is. But you know what? This is a totally no-sew festive gift bag, and how I made this was so easy. So here's a quick little tip for you. Now, you know, sometimes your kids or yourself, you outgrow those onesie holiday jammies. And this one actually had a hood on it. So all I did was cut off the hood, and I fed some holiday ribbon through those chopped ends. And look, it's a gift bag now. Like, that's pretty easy, right? Alrighty, so here's my tag. Here's door number 1. Just gonna pop that in there. So there's the jammies all safe. And I just really grab random stuff that I think my kiddo will like. And some of this is actually stuff that I've had for a while. Other stuff is stuff that, you know, I, of course, got from dollar stores or thrift stores or wherever. But, you know, this all is dependent on how old your kiddo actually is. And, you know your kids best, you know, or doesn't even have to be a kid, the recipient of the advent calendar, you know them best, so you know what they want. But like these kind of more luxurious chocolates, I like to pop in the advent calendar, and yeah, you just basically go through and fill it up, you know, with all of your little goodies that you've collected specifically for this. And if you get the idea that you want to do like beauty stuff, here is a tip. These type of face masks are awesome, and they roll up so nicely, and they perfectly, gotta find a place to put it now, fit inside the toilet rolls. So great. I mean, you don't get any better than that. And these, by the way, came in a pack of 3. Right, so there we go, 3 for 1, basically, and you split them up and you put them in the individual little doors. Or like, this was a pack of 4 for $1, so it does not have to be expensive. You know, I know for me it absolutely can't be expensive, but anyway, I'm gonna finish doing this.
How totally adorable is this? And you can see it is definitely a manageable size. It so easily just, you know, fits on the side table. And then every morning she can come down and open a door. And you saw how easy these are to make. So there's no excuses whatsoever. You have to make these, and everybody loves them, and they're so easy to personalize. Like I said, it's not just for kids, it's for anyone. You can make one for yourself, and then by the time you get to like, you know, day 10 or whatever, you're totally gonna forget what's coming up next anyway, at least if you're my age, Anyway, I have loads more fabulous festive refashions coming your way. And as Citrus said, be sure to click that link and check out my absolutely amazing Nifty Thrifty DIY Gifts e-course. I mean, come on, it's only $19.99, so what have you got to lose? And I'm telling you, from me to you, it's absolutely awesome. Anyway, until next time, guys, stay safe, stay stay well, and I'll catch ya on the zigzag. La 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 la.
This is Confessions of a Refashionista.